What is up, guys? My name is Harry Rice and welcome back to the channel, and today is yet another installment of 25 Days of Harry. And as you can tell, it's a little weird the way I have things set up. Um, and that's because we are continuing with this setup. I'm not lazy and not changing it back. This is literally the way I'm having it. But that's because in today's videos, you can probably tell by the title and the intro, I'm going to be counting down my top 25 favorite video games. That's right. As you probably saw in the last video if you were here, or if you've seen it after the premiere, I did my video game collection, and today it's the top 25 favorite video games. This is completely unscripted, aside from, of course, the games that I have at 25 to 1. I obviously didn't just do it out of nowhere. But what I'm going to talk about the games will be completely unscripted. So let's just begin. Let's get into it. So coming in at number 25, we have Double Dragon for the NES. This is a very fun beat 'em up for me. It's a little difficult once you get past the first couple levels, at least for me. But then again, I'm someone who's not that great at video games from the NES for some reason. But Double Dragon is incredibly fun. It's a really good game to play. And I'm pretty sure it'd be fun with two players. It's much more fun with two players, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, Double Dragon, it's a good game. I don't really have much to say about it, aside from it's a fun beat 'em up. Check it out whenever you can. Coming in at number 24 is UFC Undisputed 2009. A bit of a weird shift to go from that to this. But this is pretty much the first UFC game that I ever played. And it's really fun. Of course, it being a UFC game means you punch and you kick pretty much, and you use submissions and you grapple. I usually just punch the shit out of someone until I win, really. I never really got too technical and learned, alright, this is how you grapple, this is how you submission and whatever. I just punched and kicked and it's like, oh, get the quickest and nastiest knockouts, really. That's what I would use the game for. So yeah, and of course the career mode was actually pretty fun. I like the career mode in UFC Undisputed 2009. Coming in at 23, Super Mario World. Looking back at it, this game probably should be higher, but because I've never really played past I would say technically what would be the second world, until I'm just like, alright, I'm done with this game. For those two worlds, it's a really, really fun game. So yeah, Super Mario World, for those two worlds that I play, it's a really fun game. Of course, you play as Mario, getting pretty much along the way with Yoshi if you can. And yeah, for every level that I play, it's a really fun game on the Super Nintendo. Please check it out if you somehow haven't already. Coming in at number 22, Cars for the PlayStation 2. This is purely a nostalgia pick. I used to play Cars on the PlayStation 2 all the time back when I had a PS2. And I'd even give an honorable mention to the PSP version because I'm currently playing that on my PSP emulator on my computer. Well, not obviously right now, but you know what I mean. I'm playing it recently. But yeah, the PS2 version, of course, has the story mode. And honestly, it's a fun racing game. It's pretty much the only racing game I've played, but it's still pretty fun from what I play, from what I can remember. I haven't played it in a while, but yeah, Cars for the PS2. Of course, I love the movie as a kid as well, so that also probably has some factor to do with it. Pretty much purely a nostalgia pick for me. Coming in at number 21 is New Super Mario Bros. Wii, of course, for the Nintendo Wii. I used to play this a lot back in the day when I first got my Wii. I used to play this game quite a bit, usually with myself. Sometimes I would have friends over to play with me, but most of the time it was just me. It's your typical Mario side scroller. Just because it's typical doesn't mean it's not fun. It's a really fun game. More power-ups, of course, as you can see with the yellow Toad, he has the propeller power-up. And I think this is one of the few Wii games where the Wii motion controls actually work pretty well. If I'm remembering, you have to shake to use the propeller. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that's how you do it. So, yeah, Super Mario Bros. Wii. Check it out. Coming in at number 20 is WWE SmackDown Here Comes the Pain for the PlayStation 2. This is a very, very fun game. But personally, I feel it's a little overrated. It's obviously not my favorite WWE game, but it's still really fun. The career mode isn't. It's pretty good. It's not the best I've seen personally. Well, actually, I don't know. It might be the best I've seen personally. It's just because I'm counting No Mercy for ones I've seen. Ones I've played, this is the best. Is Here Comes the Pain. Uh, Despite the fact, of course, no voice acting, which PS2 kind of expect that, or at least until the SmackDown vs. Raw games were on the PS2. But I digress. But yeah, SmackDown Here Comes the Pain. Of course, the wrestling in the game is actually really fun. The controls are a little hard for me to get used to personally. I'm so used to the modern-ish WWE games before 2K20 changed them up. But yeah, Here Comes the Pain. It's a pretty fun wrestling game. I would check it out. Number 19 is Deal or No Deal Secret Vault Games. This game is kind of weird. It's not straight up Deal or No Deal, but rather it's a large majority, not a large majority, it's a bunch of games revolving sort of around Deal or No Deal. Basically, it takes Deal or No Deal, and when you grab a case, you get picked, you get a mini game at random, and you have to beat the mini game. If you beat it, you get money. If you don't beat it, you don't get money. Pretty much Deal or No Deal with mini games rather than just, hey, did you get cash or no, or rather, hey, this amount of money's off the board. It's like, hey, you get this much money on the board, sort of. It's fun. I really like it. Might do a playthrough one day. Who knows? Yeah, Deal or No Deal Secret Vault Games. Check it out. Coming up next at number 18 is Super Mario 3D Land. This was the first and pretty much only 3DS game I played, and it's a really fun game. The 3D doesn't necessarily work a whole lot well. That's not English, but I'm going with it. The levels are really fun. It's really a 2D, 2.5D game where it is 2D in some aspects. Alright, so a majority of it is 3D, but some parts you do go into 2D, 2.5D, where you're, instead of running like this, you're running like this, pretty much, so. It's a fun game. A lot of the levels are really fun to play, and of course there's actually 19 worlds because of there's 16 worlds because of the 8, I believe there's 8, bonus worlds, which sadly I never got past Special World 4, I don't believe, because I have not collected enough star coins. I'm going to have to try and find a 3DS emulator, I think, to try and play this game again. I really hope there's a 3DS emulator. If there is, I might do a playthrough of this in the future. So yeah, Super Mario 3D Land. Please check it out. Coming up next is Kung Fu for the NES. This is just a fun game for me. It's pretty much only 4 levels. I'm pretty sure it's only 4 levels. But they're really fun to play. I sometimes I come back, I find myself going to this game and just, let's play the first level, and it's like, alright, that's good, that's done. I'm done for the night. I'm done for a while with Kung Fu. But yeah, it's a fun, simple little NES game, and I really like it. Check it out. Next up, and apologies for the bad screenshot, I wasn't able to get a good picture off Google for this one, but it's the SpongeBob SquarePants movie on PS2. I remember watching Adventure Andy play this game quite a while back. I want to say it was 11. No, not 11. I want to say it was 8 or 9 years ago when I first saw Adventure Andy's playthrough of this game, and I thought, oh my God, SpongeBob has a game on the PC. I want to play it. Of course, this is before I knew the Pirate Bay existed. And then I popped in my DVD of the SpongeBob movie, and it was the point-and-click game. I was like, okay, this is kind of fun. And then I got the PS2 version to play it, and oh my God, is it fun. I love that version of the game. And honestly, I would recommend, it's probably one of my favorite platformer. Well, it's not necessarily a platformer as much as it is an adventure type of game. It's not an RPG, obviously, but it's very much a get from point A to point B type of game. With some platforming and side-scrolling. I think some side-scrolling, if I remember correctly. Some really fun levels to play, and very fun bonus stages as well. SpongeBob SquarePants, the movie, the game, check it out. Next up is Pac-Man. I don't even know if I grabbed the right box for the right version, because I feel like there's 2 versions on the NES. One is good, one is not. I feel like it's the Tengen version that's good. Might be the Namco version. It might actually be the Namco version now that I think about it. But I selected the Tengen one just because it had the better looking artwork from Google that wasn't as blurry. Or at least that I looked at. But yeah, Pac-Man. It's Pac-Man. Eat Tic Tacs and get glowing yellow balls to eat ghosts. Someone easily created this when they were high, I think. Next up, WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2008 featuring ECW is entering the list at number 14. Yeah, so we're just about approaching halfway through the list. SmackDown vs. Raw 2008 featuring ECW. This is here strictly for the GM mode. I have so many fond memories of GM mode. Fun fact, I actually used to play a lot of GM mode on my old channel before it got terminated. Sadly, I never got to back up those videos, and I'm glad I didn't because they were really cringy, honestly. They did get a few hundred views, though, thankfully, which was kind of cool for me at the time. But, yeah, the GM mode is very simplistic looking at it now. And if they had added 2K GM mode to one of the current WWE games, it would probably take this one off of the list entirely with how good the GM mode hopefully would be in a future WWE game, which, given Ukes is fired from 2K, I doubt we'll be getting a good WWE game for about 7 years. Yeah. But 2K, SmackDown vs. Raw 08, it's a fun game. I personally still like it, even though I can see why people would hate it. I personally enjoy it. Number 13, and no, I don't have this at 9, just to be cute. It's NHL 09. And at number 13, this is the PC version. I'm playing this right. I'm playing this. Actually, funny enough, I actually have this open in a tab right now, paused as since I'm making this video. NHL 09, a really fun hockey game in my opinion, and I really enjoy playing the Dynasty mode in it. It's not the best Dynasty mode. That would go to a NHL game that's gonna come up. Spoiler alert. But 09 has some really fun gameplay. Even though it is arguably very, very easy to build up a all-star franchise in Dynasty mode. You just sign big name free agents. Or basically what you do, for me at least, is I go in, create a team, add a bunch of players from the KHL and the OHL and stuff like that. And yeah, from there on, just pretty much get them at low contracts, sign a few very bad contracts from the NHL, like Rob Blake, and I believe Al McInnes is still in the game at that point, I think. I'm not 100% sure. The guys that are basically at 5-6 million that are like 70 overall. Keep them on your roster, put the Russian guys in, and then, yeah, free agency, boom, get rid of Blake and McInnes and Jay McKee and whoever else. Big name free agents are yours. And, of course, Sabrina Lidha. You got to sign Sabrina Lidha. But yeah, I digress. NHL 09, very fun game. And going right back to WWE now is WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2007. The GM mode in this game is so fun. It's better than 08. 08 kind of simplified it from 07 now that I think about it. But 07 is very, very fun, and I keep finding myself going back to this game, especially with the PSP version now since I actually have it, and being like, all right, let's do GM mode. Yeah, GM mode, and GM mode, yeah. And then I'm like, you know what, nah. Which I stop after two shows because I'm just like, all right, that's enough. Because I overwhelm myself, but it's just like, all right, no, yeah, I can't think. I don't want to think because I like, okay, I can do this and this. I'm booked to this and this. It's a fun game if you want to play some matches. The career mode is actually very, very fun. This might actually be my favorite career mode now that I think about it. It's definitely up there. But 07 as a whole is a very, very fun game. Check it out. If you want a good wrestling game, check this one out. Coming up next is Game Dev Tycoon. This is going to be entering the list at number 11. So we are nearing the top 10. This game is very nostalgic for me. I remember in 2012, 2013 watching Attacking Toucan's video on this game, or videos on this game, a series. And I remember the first time I watched these videos, what I did was I had chicken nuggets from McDonald's. I was eating the chicken nuggets as I was watching this playthrough, and I was like, I want to play this game so badly. And I would download the demo, play I think it was 5 years that it would give you, and I would do that several times, on one day obviously, but over the course of a few years, I'd be like, let's play Game Dev Tycoon, download the demo, and now I have the full game. I've actually been sitting on a playthrough of it for about 4 or 5 months now. Since July, so almost 6 months. Oh my god, Jesus. 6 or 7 months now. I'm probably just going to redo it. I don't know. I might look back at the footage and think, this is hilarious. I'll put it up and then just continue from where I left off. I don't know. But it's a really fun game. It's a tycoon game. You basically start in 1984 or 1983 at the video game crash, and you build your way up to modern day pretty much. making game consoles, making games, and just doing what you, or not making game consoles, making games, excuse me, and just doing what you can. It's really, really fun, actually, so please check it out. Entering the top 10 now with number 10, Super Mario 64 DS. I know a lot of people prefer the original, but for me, whenever I play Mario 64, it just doesn't hold up to this one. I don't know if it's the fact you play as Wario, Yoshi, and Luigi as well as Mario, the mini games, which are super fun, or just that I played this version first and I have some of the fondest memories as a kid playing video games with this game. But I really enjoy this game, and I really hope to find a copy of it elsewhere right now. Again, not right now, obviously, but I hope to find a copy of it somewhere. This and New Super Mario Bros. For the DS, because those games I think I gave out to someone, or I loaned them to someone. They never gave them back. And yeah, I obviously don't have them, as you could probably tell by last video. But yeah, Super Mario 64 DS. Check it out. In at number 9 is Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. A lot of people consider this their favorite GTA. It would be my favorite, except I played another GTA game earlier this year, completed that story mode, and loved every single minute of it. It's my favorite GTA. That's spoiler alert, but there's another GTA ahead of San Andreas. But San Andreas is still incredibly fun from the story mode I've played of it. Just everything about this game is just amazing. Just about everything. The only thing is no ragdoll physics, and when you get hit by a car, you just go down and then you get up. Obviously, you can die, but like when you get hit, and you're up. You don't go flying all over the place like the GTA game I'm gonna mention in a little while when it comes up. But yeah, the story mode might be my favorite if the game I'm gonna mention later didn't kind of perfect the gritty story mode that I think San Andreas was looking for. It was still very, very dark in spots, but for the most part, it was a very fun game. See, don't let my thoughts on the other GTA game hinder you from playing San Andreas. It's still a very fun game. Please play it whenever you can. Coming up next, and yes, this is the highest ranking NHL game, and it's NHL 15 coming in at number 8. This game is very fun. I love playing what's pretty much the Dynasty mode, but it's the BAGM mode. I absolutely love going through and playing. I've played through a year and a half before my controller sadly broke, so I can't play it anymore, or at least until I get a PS3 controller again. But NHL 15 is an incredibly fun game, in my opinion. I love playing it. Even just playing, like, if you go in, like, our Habs and Bruins, like, let's say, like, even playing that on easy, or on beginner, or no, I forget the settings, but the easy, it's super fun. Like, even if you're dominating the game, like, say, 83 to 0, if you're, for some reason, putting it on 20-minute skill, 20 minutes per period, it's incredibly fun to play. I love deking out the goalies whenever I can. Whenever I get the game back, I'm going to see if I can somehow get a Roku or some type of Elgato, not Roku, Elgato or something to hook up to this, stream that, or play it for a playthrough, because I'd love to play NHL 15 for you guys. But yeah, NHL 15, an incredibly fun hockey game. Of course, my boy Patrice Bergeron on the cover. Up next is Super Mario Bros. 3, not the highest ranking Mario game, but maybe the most fun. It's definitely the second most fun, but it's like the game that's number 1 and Mario Bros. 3 are like sort of neck and neck for me. But Mario Bros. 3, incredibly fun game. I don't know what I can say about this game that isn't already said. Just check it out whenever you get the chance. Coming up next is Bully Scholarship Edition, and I believe this is entering the top 5. No, it is number 6. So we've got 5 more games to go after this one. But Bully Scholarship Edition is incredibly fun. Sadly, I played the PS2 version first, which was not the Scholarship Edition. But then I got I guess it's combo pack, where you can play it on a 360 or an Xbox One. Of course, I played it on the 360. That version is incredible. The Scholarship Edition is much better, in my opinion. The missions that they add are great. The controls, everything about Bully is very fun. It has a bit of a dark story mode, especially near the end of the story mode. But overall, it's an incredibly fun game that I love going back to and playing quite often. And if I were to get a PC port of the game, or a PC port, if I were to get a PC version of the game, I'd love to, because it would absolutely be a great game to play, I think. So Bully, please check it out. Entering the top 5 now, we have WWE 2K14, and this is pretty much the game that I think got me into YouTube gaming. I did like WWE 13 and WWE 12. By the way, bonus fact for you, WWE 13, I kind of came up with the concept of doing what Community Creations does, is allowing you to upload pictures to the server. Because for WWE 13, when I first got it, or when I was first hearing about it, I was like, oh, this is going to be so cool. I'm going to be able to go online and upload pictures, upload my own logos, and use them in universe mode or whatever. Because universe, I was thinking, oh, it means like internet or something. But no. And then 2K15 or 16 came out, and they used that. I was like, didn't I accidentally invent that like 2 years ago? But enough about those games. 2K14, the 30 years of WrestleMania mode, I love. I would actually find myself going back and playing it through the entire thing in like an hour and a half, 2 hours, a few years ago. Or I find myself going back to that often for a few years after I got the game. Fun fact, I actually got this the day it came out at EB Games. Shout out to my mom. And 30 years of WrestleMania, I would find myself speedrunning it accidentally. And I've always wanted to do an actual like speed run. Like, all right, boom, and go through the whole 30 years of Mania mode. Same thing with the 2K15 on PS3, not the shitty PS4 version. But on PS3, going through and playing through, speedrunning the 2K Showcase mode, because there's several. But of course, I haven't done that yet, sadly. But who knows, in the future, if I get an Elgato and some type of streaming device where it's actually good, or some type of internet that's good, might be able to. Who knows? But 2K14, fantastic game for me. Number 4, of course, the classic Super Mario Bros. I can't think of a single person who hates this game. It's Mario Bros. It's Super Mario Bros. I don't know what I have to say about this game that anyone else hasn't said. It's just a super fun video game to play. Number 3, my favorite Grand Theft Auto, and I know this is going to be a controversial pick, but it's GTA 4 and Episodes from Liberty City. Well, it's GTA 4 on the PS3, 360, and PC, because that's the most recent version I played. And Episodes from Liberty City, which I've only played on the PS3 version, I'm pretty sure. I might have played on the 360, but I'm pretty sure only the PS3. This is just an incredibly fun game. I love this game very much. And honestly, the fact that GTA 5 is in the top 25 probably is contributed to the fact that I haven't played it in a few years. So it's like, GTA 5 is good, sort of. I never really played the story mode because for some reason my copy freaked out that whenever I'd reload the game, no matter how far I got into the story mode, it would go back to after the first mission. But even though I saved and whatnot, aside from that, GTA 4 story mode is the best I've seen. It's the most realistic, it's the most dark, it's the most gritty. It's the best GTA story mode I've played all the way through. And honestly, once I got to the point where I had no idea what was going on, because there was a certain part of the game where I'd always stop, where I'd just be like, all right, cool, I got the helicopter or whatever, I got my weapons and whatnot, and brr. But once I got to that part in the PC game, I was like, oh my, I was intrigued every single minute, and then I was like, oh yeah, I gotta play at this point. And fun fact, the final mission took me like a month to beat, because I played it, and I tried a couple times, and I was like, no, I'm done. And then I went back a month later, and I beat it on my first try. Or second try, I'm not that good. But yeah, the GTA 4 story mode is great. The gameplay and the physics are the most realistic in my opinion. GTA 4 is such a better game than San Andreas and 5, honestly. Please play it. Number 2, we have Super Mario Galaxy and Super Mario Galaxy 2. That's right. I really cannot choose between these two. I really cannot choose between Mario Galaxy or Mario Galaxy 2. Both of them just hold a very special place in my heart at that point where when I first got a Wii, Mario Galaxy was the first game I actually played once I got the Wii, because we got it at a thing called Easy Home, where you get stuff from there. We got our Wii from them, and yeah, we pretty much the Mario Galaxy was the first game I played on the Nintendo Wii, and yeah, it blew my mind really with how good it was. And I remember watching one YouTuber. I wish I would remember his name. Maybe someone in the comments can help me out. But I remember I was watching this one YouTuber who he was doing a Mario Galaxy Let's Play, and whenever the stars would transform, whenever they were yelling, he would yell right into his mic and ear rape everyone with the transform. And I've always wanted to go back and like, oh my god, that's the guy, but I've never been able to. But Mario Galaxy and Mario Galaxy 2, which are both fantastic games, I absolutely recommend, if you can get a Wii emulator, or if you have a Wii and you have these games, please play them because they are just fantastic, amazing, amazing games. And now the number one video game of all time, in my opinion, which I honestly kind of forgot until I'm about to pull it up now. But my number one favorite video game of all time, drumroll please, if I can afford that. If I can't, then you're just going to hear silence for the next few seconds. Number one, not only not only Guitar Hero 3, but just the whole Guitar Hero and Clone Hero even. Clone Hero for the PC and any Guitar Hero game. I just put GH3 because that's the most iconic and the one that really got me into Guitar Hero. These games are just amazing. Honestly, like, these games are so fun. Whether you're playing games off the GH soundtracks or you're playing custom charted songs, Clone Hero and Guitar Hero and even Rock Band are such fun games that I love them. And honestly, I can't wait to get another guitar to use with another Explorer, pretty much, to play on PC, because I will be definitely trying to do some Clone Hero videos once I get another guitar. It'll be super fun, and guys, honestly, if you've never played Guitar Hero, you're really missing out. It does require quite a bit of hand-eye coordination at first, just because, like, or a little bit of muscle memory to be like, oh, all right, these are the buttons, these are when I move, boom, boom, boom. But once you get the hang of it, like I did, I got the hang of Guitar Hero quite quickly. Then honestly, you absolutely need to play Guitar Hero. It's such a fun series of games, and even Clone Hero, because Clone Hero is free. You can download all the Guitar Hero games on there. Just play Guitar Hero and Clone Hero. I cannot say enough good things about them. The songs in the Guitar Hero and Rock Band games are amazing. Clone Hero obviously has amazing songs because you can download Guitar Hero and Rock Band songs onto Clone Hero, and custom-made songs, which are great. Chorus.fightthe.pw, which is a great site to use for Clone Hero songs. But yeah, that's Clone Hero and Guitar Hero. That's my number one favorite video game right now of all time. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's going to do it, guys. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, favorite, share everything Who's Buzz Not Limited to YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, and everything else. My name is Harrice. Subscribe to my Puff Club today. Subscribe to the HD Club. Shout out to my badass moderator, Jesse is Dung, who might not be in the chat. He probably isn't. If he is, then hey Jesse, how you doing, man? That's going to do it. Links in the description are my Twitter and my Twitch. My Twitter I don't use too often up until recently, of course. When I've been talking about topics that are trending, and I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll talk about that on my Twitter, and it's not worthy of the video because it's probably going to be only like a minute or two long. My Twitch I don't use at all right now because I need to figure out how to use OBS with Twitch and not make it lag like crazy. You guys know that by now. Sorry, my Amazon wishlist is also in the description. That's pretty much, if you want to do that type of thing, you can go ahead and do it. Any packages that are received in the month of December will be saved and opened on a Christmas Day live stream. Which will be fun. If there's no packages to open on December 25th, then it'll just be a fun little cool little hangout live stream, I'm pretty sure, on Christmas Day. I'm pretty sure it'll be fun. Whether there are packages or not, I'm sure I'll have a couple of you guys coming into the streams as per usual. But yeah, if there are packages, that'll be fun. If there aren't, that's perfectly fine. Any other month that there are packages, they'll be opened in an individual video. So yeah, if your incentive is to do that, you can send the package for after December if you want, but December 25th would be fun to do that. So yeah, and of course, my letterbox is in the description. That's where I rate and review movies. I mostly just rate them. Sometimes, though, I do review movies. But yeah, and sometimes I do review movies. Most of the time I do just rate them only. So check out my letterbox if you want to find out what movies I like, what movies I don't like. Spoiler, bad comedy will get you a big dislike from me. Unless, of course, you want to wait for a certain video at the end of the month when we can nudge, 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 wink, wink. So yeah, that's going to do it, guys. Thank you guys very, very much for watching. My name is Harry Rice, and I am out. Peace.